All right. Talking about the Olympics, Paris, France. Who are the gold medal favorites? Who we think is going to do it up in some of the marquee events? I'm going to go through the world list here. You can find this on Track and Field News. As you can see, my homeboy Keshane Thompson from Jamaica, 9.77. He has definitely made himself a gold medal contender now with that world lead. And you see the time that he ran it there. June 28th. All right. So you have to look out for this man to see if he's going to repeat that performance and go even better, because now people are wondering, is he going to be the next Usain Bolt? Then you have Ferdinand Amanyala from Kenya. He ran a 9.79, but you can see there it was altitude. So what is he going to do at the sea level? Will he be able to repeat that at sea level? Only thing with Ferdinand, I did a video talking about him a little bit. He tends to choke. He's not as consistent when it comes to the major event to be in the medal rounds. He has a chance, but he's just somehow not able to pull it off. Then you have another homeboy, Oblique Seville, 9.82, when he beat up on Noah at that racers Grand Prix. Then Noah is right behind him with 9.83. Christian Coleman is out. That young man run 9.86 and couldn't represent for the 100-meter individual. That's how tight these Olympic trials are, not just in the US, but Jamaican, mainly, Jamaican and the United States seem to have the toughest to make as far as 100 meters. Then you have Kenny Bednarek, who's been stepping it up. This man has run a 9.87. Fred Curley ran a 9.88, so he's on his way back. I remember the disappointment in Budapest. Well, you know, he was really looking to shine then, and he just didn't do it. Noah and I was talking it up, motivated, saying, I'm coming for you. And Curly was like, I'm not into the showmanship thing, I'm just going to go do my job. And then he didn't perform. It was embarrassing for him, and he was angry, so he's coming back. This year, the Vengeance, he started out the season kind of, not, sharp and looking like he was going to be ready. But then he performed when it count, right at the Olympic trials. Who else we have in here? We have a Cuban, Reina Reginfo, 9.90. Never really heard of him. I think I saw something on YouTube. He ran some race somewhere, and maybe it was in Cuba, 9.90, and heard of him again. Akini Simbine, he's been doing his thing. He's run 9.90 apparently at Adidas, Atlanta, Georgia. Akeem Blake from Jamaica finally picked up with a 9.92. He's also been inconsistent. He has run a 9.89 before, but then couldn't go nowhere close to it again. That's the problem with some of these guys. They look like they have potential, but they can't pull it off at the big meets. They can do the one and done meets, the Diamond League, these one race Grand Prix meets, and sometimes they're doing their best against people that are not as tough a competitor. So I guess they're more relaxed when they run against these guys and run better. Sometimes they pull it off running with the top guys, give them a run for the money. But we'll see what Akeem Blake is going to do, if he's going to show improvement or choke. And then we have Lamont Marcel Jacobs. He's coming back. He has run a 9.93. Christian Miller, the high schooler, he's going to be on the US 4x1 team, I think. You have like Favor Ash from Nigeria. See if those guys are going to represent Nigeria. Brandon Hinkler, he's probably going to be on the US 4x1 team. Choturo Ali, Italy. Let me see. Kyrie King is not in the runnings for the US this year. Neither Ronnie Baker. Them guys just kind of drop off. Don't know what happened to them. You have a King Sunny Brown from Japan down here. Oops. We see what he's going to do. Andre DeGrasse from Canada. See what he's going to do. Is he going to rise to the occasion? Remember, he won 200 gold before, so see if he can pull out something. He's always going to be in the final somewhere. But if he's going to repeat a medal performance at the major championship, he's going to have to pull something out the bag. All right. Ryan Ford from Jamaica. Let's see, who else? I'm looking at some of the other foreigners now. Maswangani. See if he's going to show up. And of course, you know, like Tobago, we're expecting to see him out there. Noah Lyles, of course, you know, we know all about him already. Those are win. So it's 980, he's run 980 win-aided. Kenny Bednarek 982 win-aided, but at least they've been consistent. Who else can I spot from this list? Can't think of anybody else in this list that might be a surprise. The rest is 1001s and stuff. But so, you know, we're seeing the top guys. We'll see if some of these guys go from 10 flat to 9/8 during the Olympics. Let's look at the 200. Who's going to beat Noah Lyles? This is going to be Kenny Bednarek. You see that time there, right? 19.53, 19.59. Kenny Bednarek made some gesture at the Olympic trials, the US. He's like, you know, I'm making a case on you, or I'm getting on your case, something like to the fact. Don't quote me on it, but you know, it's basically saying, you know, I'm getting closer to you. I'm getting closer, and I'm coming to get you pretty much. And Noah Lyles had to kind of work for that. It wasn't a runaway. Even though, you know, last year ran 30, and he's still in the quest to break Usain Bolt world record, because a lot of people believe that can be broken. But until these guys run 19.20, I don't see it. You know, when they get down to at least a 19.20, 19.25, then we can talk. 19.30 was close. But you see what happened? The intensity of the World Championship and the rounds, you know, it's a lot of wear and tear. You know, you have to be that unique individual to be able to pull that off. And nobody has shown that they can run the 100 and 200 and pull out those high quality performance as far as world record runs. Only Usain Bolt, I know, have done that. But everybody else is trying to be like that. Tobago run 19.7 at altitude, but everybody knows he's going through some trials and tribulations. I saw a video recently. I guess they were having some issues with their Olympic trials, like it wasn't organized, and he was frustrated with the way things were running. And he didn't seem happy about how it was going. But let's hope he show up with his focus for the Olympics, God. You know, I guess he had a loss. I guess he lost his mother or something like that. Don't quote me on it, though. You hear different things and you don't know what's what. You got Argot from Uganda. We see if he's going to show up 1975. Arian Knight, that young guy there. You know, of course, he has a cloud over his head. He's going to have a cloud over his head during the Olympics because of this whole doping controversy. And they cleared him. You saw they cleared him, but we don't know what, you know, the World Anti-Doping Agency is going to do, if they're going to, you know, file an appeal against his US passing, approving him to compete for the Olympics. We'll see. I mean, I like the young man, but, you know, we already know about a singer, 4-year ban, young guy too, and he didn't get that same chance. Of course, he's not from the United States. So the world governing body or his country or whatever, they took it to him and banned him. He didn't get the same benefit of the doubt. But we'll see, you know. You have Wanya McCoy from Bahamas, 1993. 1995 from Zimbabwe, Sharamba. Zarnell Hughes, he trains down there in Jamaica with Oblique Seville. I heard little rumors, he didn't perform as well the last race in the racers meet. So I heard like little injury, rumors going around. I'm not down there in Jamaica to be around those camps to find out what's what. But we'll see if he shows up. Brian Lavelle, young and up and coming youth from Jamaica, running 1997. Andrew Hudson, 20.02. There's only 200 meter runner that qualify for Jamaica to represent us in the 200. So we'll see. Pablo Mateo, 20.03 for France. Joe Fanbule, he's definitely going to represent Liberia. The only thing I don't like with him, I think he has the greatest potential to be up there in the 19.5. But this man just don't know the run from the front. He runs from the back and then try to play catch up, and that tactic to me is never going to help him. He's got to learn how to get out there and let them catch him for a change. But with his speed, if he can get up that first 100-meter man and then hit his top end at 150, man, ain't nobody beating him, man. He would actually beat Noah Lyles and Bednarik. Because you'll see him, if you watch Joseph Fambule, he'll be running all the way from the back. Right? And you see him catching them, but he always run out of real estate. So that's the 200. Of course, DeGrasse and all that, he might be in there again. Ogando, Dominican Republic. Of course, you can't rule out Tobago, he's going to be in there. So we'll see if Noah Lyles is going to do double, win the goal and 100, win the goal in 200. He's trying to be in the record books, All right, 400. You got a bunch of 44 Canadian Morales and University of Georgia athlete. 44.05. So it looks like he got the world lead still. Hudson Smith from Great Britain, 44.07. Nadori, 44.10. That's altitude from Botswana. Botswana is going to have a good 4x4. Unfortunately, my home team, Jamaica, didn't qualify for the 4x4, man. Just so unfortunate. Belgium, that guy Doom, I think he's at the European Championship. He ran a 44.15. Look at that name, Doom. Here comes Doom. Is he going to pull off upset? Quincy Hall, Michael Norman, 44.17. 44.21. Michael Norman is trying to come back. Look at this, man. Let's see. Tobago's run a 44.29 altitude, of course. I wonder if he's better off doing the 400 and 200 as opposed to trying to run 100. Even though he ran a 98 in the 100. So, they're trying to go down that path. Everybody trying to challenge. Because Usain Bolt set a mark in the 100 that it's appealing and challenging for people to snatch that glory, that will put them as the fastest man in the world and world record if they can get it. They'll be the top of the top. Stephen Gardner is always consistent, 44.39. He's probably going to still be a favorite. Bryce Deadman, 44.41. Got Ry Benjamin, he ran 44.42 also. Norwood's going to be in there. US is going to have a tough 4x4 team too. They're going to probably be gold medal favorite again, but they're going to get a good run from Botswana. And probably Belgium. Ogezi. Our homeboys from Jamaica, Javon Powell. Karani James, the ever consistent Karani James is probably going to be there. The little young youth, Quincy Wilson, he's going to be on the 4x4 team for the US. He's probably going to help them qualify. Jeremy Richards, he's running a 44.72. I think he's going to run the 200. Wade Van Newkirk, he's still trying to make a comeback. He's the world record holder. Don't know if he's going to rise to the level anymore. All right, let's look at the 800. These guys have been blazing. They just recently run a race in Europe, a Diamond League. My man Joke has run 141.7. Why what? Yeah, I'm messing up the name. Why Yon Yi from Kenya. Young, I think he's only 19, but look at that young youth is running 141.7. Kenya Mal, Kenya. You see, Kenyans have the top 3 times. 44, 142.66, 142.50. Look, everybody's in the 142, 143, from 141 to 143s. That's gonna be competitive. And I think this guy from Algeria just recently won. Said Jati beat Wanyoni when he was trying to get to the inside. Run a 141.53. It's not updated in this yet. That's gonna be competitive. Of course, you know, you have the 1500 Ingebrigtsen, man. Anybody gonna beat him? He can be beat, as you've seen. He's been beaten before, you know, and he wasn't able to rise. But you know, he runs a 1500 and I believe the 5000 meter too. I'm gonna try and switch over to the women also. Take a look at them, because you know, their races are very competitive too. I'm looking at gold medal prospect, ladies and gentlemen. If you like this, what I'm doing, like, share, and subscribe. Help me out a little bit. Let me see something here. The mile, Ingebrigtsen. What else we got? What else we got? Of course, the 3000. All those races are going to be, you know, the Ethiopians tend to dominate the 3000 meters. I got my TV in the background here. 1 second here. Let me just turn that off. Put that on mute. Turn on my lights. We're supposed to be getting some rain or something. Oh, that light is glowing in the background there. Hold on 1 second. See if this any better. A little better. Yeah, I'm just kind of going through the world list, you know. See where all the competitors, you know, field events, long jump and triple jump is going to be something. Someone just recently broke the high jump world record in the females. Forgot her name. Saw it on the internet, but I didn't look into it too much. But of course, everybody gonna be coming for her. All right, let's just take a look at the women. Can I go back? Will it let me? Women. Oh, it's not showing me the women. What's going on here? Why is it not letting me see the women list? Let me see the men's list. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, it won't switch over. It won't switch over list. I was just looking at the men's. Wow, it's not going to show me the women. Oh, keep going to this. I wonder what's happening with this. Oh, I messed up my whole presentation right there. Let me see. World list. World list. Athletics. Women. Maybe I should say track and field. 100-meter world ranking. Let's see if World Athletics gonna help me out here. I gotta do all this tracking cookies. Which event is this here? I want to find the world rankings. Overall, women. Oh, it's just give me an overall. I want to do it by, let me do it by event. All right, let's start with 100 meter. All right, okay. I've never used this one. I normally use the one from Track and Field News, but it wasn't working for me for some reason. Well, you see, Sha'Carri Richardson. Would you agree she's the gold medal favorite? She will be the gold medal favorite. Okay, it's not showing the times. Where is the times? Show me date of birth. Well, she has about 10.71 so far. Everybody expect her to be back in the 10.65 again, maybe, or maybe even better. I mean, you see, Elaine Thompson here run a 10.54, so it's not impossible. So you got Shericka again, with Shericka Jackson, who's going to try and compete again for the gold, this time Olympic gold. Marie Jose Talou. Wish they had the times. They didn't list the times. Saboda, she's going to try and come back in there again. Dina Asher-Smith, she's going to try and come back and do some. Shelly-Ann Smith is back for one more time. She plays third at Jamaica trials. So the women are going to be competitive. Elaine Thompson here, she bowed out this year. A lot of issues going on with her. I guess health-wise and fitness-wise, she just wasn't able to rise to the occasion this year. Daryl Nita, she's been improving. Tanisha Terry, she made it up for the U.S. team. Tamari Davis. Melissa Jefferson. All those people going to be up in the runnings for the 100 meter. All right, let me see. Let me go back up here. So that was 100 meter. Let's see, 200. The 200, I think, is, if Shericka don't show some improvement, it's going to be an open event. They're doing scores. She ran a 21.4, was it 21.45 last year? Gabby Thomas is going to be favorite because she has the fastest time this year so far. Darren Nita is going to challenge, of course. Don't know if Talou is going to challenge for the 200 this year. She's almost like Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce age. Sha'Carri bowed out at the 200, so she's going to be all fresh and ready for the 100 meter. Dina Asher-Smith is probably going to be there. I don't know if Julia Alfred will run the 200. Mackenzie Long is going to be there. So we'll see what the women's 200 have to offer. Abby Steiner, this young lady, man, she's just not being able to pull it off. Everybody thought she was going to come out and do something, but she struggled. You see her honors right there. This thing not showing the times. I was just messing around with the link. All right, 400 is going to be interesting. Everybody know about the women's 400 hurdles. We expect Sydney McLaughlin, Love Running to take that. But we're going to see if anybody else is going to step up. Femke Ball is the main challenger. What's this? Oh, I got to go back up here. See, I prefer the Track and Field News listing. It's easier to go through. 400 meter. It's not showing the time, but of course, Paulina is going to be a gold medal contender for sure, but she doesn't have the fastest time in the world. Guess who have that? Sydney McLaughlin, Leveroni, 48.7. followed by my homegirl. Kazmark is up there. Well, I don't have my homegirl in this list for the 400. Nakisha Price. She ran 48.89. They got everybody else there. This list needs to be updated. Anyway, I'll leave it at that for now. So I was just trying to look to see the gold medal contenders. Jamaica is going to have a good 4x4 team. And the US is still gunning for the world records. It's going to be competitive. 4x1, men's and women. 4x4, men's and women. The mixed relays are going to be competitive. All the distances, the field events. We got, homeboy from Jamaica, Hibbert, that's going to be competing for the first time in the Olympics for gold. And if he stays healthy, we're trying to see what Thompson from Jamaica, the 9.77, if he's going to pull it off and go even faster and upset the crowd. So it's going to be an interesting thing. We just wanted to come on here and mess around with this format here. I've never really used this format on YouTube to go live. Wouldn't even know if somebody's trying to even communicate with me, because I'm looking at this thing right here. I'm amateur to this kind of live casting right here. But I can pick and choose. Let me go back to see if I can pull up the track and field. I don't know why it's like it only give me a certain amount of looks, and then it just stopped me and say you had enough looks. See, they're just doing it again. That's indoor, absolute all-time list. What's that? Is that indoor and outdoor? Let me see. Oh, it's let me looking at that. Well, let me see this part. Of course, look at that. Most people consider this the real world record, 10.54. It's a pity she's not able to defend her title. Man, sometimes injuries can really, really put a down upon your career. So much chance. She switched coaches, and many believe she should not switch coaches. Elaine Thompson here, but it is what it is, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce is still consistent and coming back. You see her best time there. 10.60. Florence Griffith Joyner. Then they even have the 10.4 now. Well, we're not looking at world records, but when she ran that time at the US Olympic trials, was it the Olympic trials or was it? It was Olympic trials. And she, of course, that's a big controversy till this day. But she have an official time of 10.61 also. That's 1988. Of course, Elaine obliterated that. And she also have a 10.61. That's Thompson again. Griffiths Joyner 10.62. Fraser-Pryce 10.62. Fraser-Pryce 10.63. My homegirls are all up in the top. Carmelita G, that was 10.64. I guess that's what that's the mark for Sha'Carri Richardson to break. She ran 10.65 from behind and beat the Jamaicans last year. They didn't see her. When they look across, all they saw was Sha'Carri out front jumping up and down and celebrating. I think Sharika thought she might have won that. That's what happened when somebody blazes from the outside lane and you're in the center watching your closest rival to your right and left. Someone from lane 1 or lane 9 can take you out. I think Gatlin won a race like that when he beat Usain Bolt that last race. Marianne Jones' record is still there with all the controversy that she has. I thought they took all her record. 10.65. Thompson here, I got a lot of the top times. Man, it's a pity she's just gone through so much changes. You see Sha'Carri there and Shericka Jackson with 10.65. Talu with 10.72. Christine Aaron 10.73. Merlin Atty is still up in there with the 10.74. That was our spring queen back in the day. English Gardner from the US 10.74. And then Winnie did conditions, or what they call all conditions. You see that? 10:49 and she run 10:54. Winnie did. Elaine Thompson did that legal in 2021. Shakari run a Winnie the time of 10:57. That had everybody all excited, thinking, well, is she going to be the one to break Flojo record? But that was a serious win. I think she had a 4 point, positive 4 point something win, I think. And the other Winnie the times there. I know, those events is going to be the marquee events. The world record, 21-3-4 for Frances Griffiths. Joanna still holding that. Nobody's come, well, the closest is Shericka Jackson. So she ran 21-4-1. Earlier I said she ran 21-4-5, but I was going to say 21-4, but I couldn't remember without looking at stats like this. But if she can come back right now, she's at 22, fitness level right now. She's at 22 pace, so she has to get back under that 22. Is she going to do it? She's already saying she's not running a lot of races going before the Olympics, so it looks like it's a strictly preparation phase and try to peak for just the Olympics. So let's see how she perform in the rounds. If she's going to show any flashes at 21-4 again, she's going to have to come out in the heats and run at least at 21-7, and in the semi-final run a 21-5 or something like that, if she's going to show that she can come back and repeat that. But I don't see it. I think she may be peaking a little bit too slow. She's probably going to get down to under 22, but I don't think she's going to get the 21-4-1. It might take a 21-6. If she hit that peak at the right moment and pull it off, maybe I'll give her maybe 21-5-5 or 5-8. But 21-6 could win the women this year. That's how I'm seeing it, because nobody else is really showing any flashes that they're going to challenge that 21-4-1 or 21-3 something. But, we'll see if somebody come out of the blue and just start pull out some superhuman performance. That was the 200. Marita Koch, 300. That woman ran 34-1. She still had the world record, 1985, East Germany. But everybody knows, allegedly, East Germany was messing around with secretive performance enhances. So that's allegedly, but nobody talks about that. She's still in the record books. Charlie Miller is the closest. Weibo from Bahamas. Charlie Miller Weibo, 34-4-1. Maselingi, altitude 34-6-0. Anyway, they're not running 300 at the Olympics. 400, look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Marita Koch. That woman run 47-6-0 from 1985, and nobody has touched that. Then the only closest to that was Jarmila Kratochvilova, Czechoslovakia, 1983. So she ran 47 first. And then Marita Koch come back and answer that with a 47-6. Then Salwa Nasir from Bahrain was 48-1-4. Koch hold the other closest, fastest times, 48-1-6, 48-1-6, 48-2-2, 82, 84, 86, 1984, 82, and 86. Wow. Perec from France, 48-2-5. Charlie Miller-Weibo, 48-2-3-6. We have a couple women. We have, of course, Sydney McLaughlin love running. She chose to run the 400 hurdles. Right? Everybody's saying she's trying to be the first to run sub 50 over the hurdles. We'll see. I still think she should have gave the 400 a shot, but that's between her and her coach. The other women, 48-5, Kathy Freeman's, mid 48s. We don't have enough women running 48. I would like to see the women, if we get quite a few women running low 48s, I think we can see 47, maybe not 47-6 still, because we have to see more women running 48-1s. Like what you see here with Marita Koch, 48-1-6, 48-1-4. Otherwise, they're only going to be able to push for 48-2. Is Sydney McLaughlin love running going to be the one to test that? Maybe after she win the gold in the Olympics, if nobody upsets her, if Fenky Ball don't upset her and run 50 points and beat her. Or, we're going to see some of these 400 hurdles women come out in diamond leagues and run the 400. Maybe they've put enough money out there, they'll push and go out there and do their best and find some strength from somewhere and energy to run 47 and break the world record. They're going to have to run 47.59 to break that record. I don't see any woman be able to do that yet. If they were running some 48 lows, maybe touch 47.9, I could say, yeah. We don't have enough women doing that yet. But anyway, I'm looking forward to the Olympics, man. It's going to be exciting. The relay is, of course, the 800. That's going to be competitive. Look who hold the world record. Kratachev from Czechoslovakia, 153. Jalima from Kenya was the closest, 154. Caster Semenya, 154. Man, they hold all them top times. The women are only running now, maybe 155 is probably going to win it again. But it's going to be a challenge to get down to that 153. But I would like to see the women test it this year. I remember Ana Quiroz from Cuba. She was top notch too, man, back in the day. 154.44. So she was doing her thing too. Till Caster Semenya came out there and Jalimo. Well, we have to watch this space, man. Who do you think going to be the goal? Who's your gold medal favorites? Yeah, let me know, man. For the 100, 200, 400, 800, who y'all think going to do it up? Field events, long jump, high jump. We have a lot to look forward to for this Olympics. I'm going to be watching this Olympics. It's ending on my birthday. I competed in the Olympics 1984 when I ran for Jamaica on the 4x1 second leg. I ran on my birthday in 1984. And practically 40 years later, I'm watching it, and the Olympics is going to end on my birthday on August 11th. Ironic, huh? Anyway, I just wanted to come add my 2 cents. So I look along. Hopefully y'all like, share, and subscribe. Watch my videos. God, that give me the viewing hours too. And we'll catch up again as the Olympics get closer. And yeah, I think they still have a couple of 1 or 2 meets where people are trying to fine tune. So I'll take a look at that to look up some results and go from there. But definitely, I'm going to be tuned in when the track and field starts. So that's going to be it. Till next time.